Hello there, my name is Luciano Oliveira. I am a Brazilian attorney, also licensed in Texas and California. And today I'm going to be discussing this topic. How should I choose a lawyer or a law firm for my lawsuit in Brazil? So the first concern should be, the attorney or law firm's reputation. And if someone is promising that they are going to do something for you, the better way of assessing if they are going to actually do that is to see how prior clients are satisfied or not with such attorney or law firm. And nowadays, thanks to Google, it's not that difficult for you to see how the reputation of an attorney or a law firm is. You can basically Google the law firm's name or the lawyer's name, and if this lawyer or law firm has meaningful presence out there, they will most probably be on Google. And on Google, you can see, prior reviews and see how this attorney or law firm behaves and meets their clients' objectives and goals. Another important strategy is to schedule a consultation with such attorney or law firm, discuss about your case specifics, and see if this attorney or law firm has a strategy for your case. And then naturally you can see how knowledgeable this party is or how this lawyer is, and if they have your recommendation, if they have resolved cases similar to yours. And there is no better way of assessing that than in a call, particularly if it is a video call through either Zoom or Microsoft Teams. That's a great opportunity for an eye-to-eye communication. And just a heads up that in Brazil, according to the Brazilian Bar Association, attorneys and law firms cannot offer free consultations. And therefore, just a heads up that the most reputable lawyers and law firms, they will usually charge you for such consultation, but they are able to offer whatever you paid for the consultation as a credit for the actual service. Of course, if you choose such a law firm or lawyer to represent you in your lawsuit. Another very common strategy is for you to check at least 3 different providers, just like you would do for another type of professional. You want to compare those professionals and see who's going to be the best match for your need. Maybe you have, on one side, a law firm with a lot of reputation, but maybe they are not, really ideal for your case after a consultation. So if you take into consideration different aspects of the provider, and if you compare at least 3 different providers, you're going to have better chances of finding a good match for your needs. Another thing you can do is to actually check the credentials of either attorney or law firm who would be working with you. And now this time I'm not talking about Google, I'm talking about the Brazilian Bar Association. And the Brazilian Bar Association keeps a website in which you can basically type the name of the attorney or the name of the law firm in order for you to retrieve the number of registration of such party with the Brazilian Bar Association, and make sure that this provider is in good standing with the Brazilian Bar Association. Check in the description below a link to the page in our website for you to learn a few simple steps to check, again, if the provider is registered under the Brazilian Bar Association and in good standing. This may sound as granting, this may sound as a given, but actually I would say most Brazilian attorneys are not really proficient in English. They have a somewhat functional understanding of the language, but when you start to discuss more complex topics, it may be difficult for the attorney to communicate properly. And something we see happening every now and then is that some clients, they are going to come to us saying, well, I was working with this attorney at the beginning, the communication seemed to be well, particularly because we were communicating through emails, but over time the quality of the communication got worse and worse. And a reason for that, it could be that at the early stage of the relationship, the attorney or law firm, they're going to be using, I don't know, like ChatGPT or another AI tool to handle the translation, and providing a translation, of a good quality. And then over time, because then they got you as a client, they may not be using the tool so often and trying to use their English that they have as an everyday tool, and that could complicate matters. So again, if you have a live consultation with the attorney, you're going to be able to understand the level of communication you're going to have throughout the life cycle of the lawsuit, and that may be an important factor for you in your decision-making process. Finally, also very important is that this provider, either an attorney or law firm, understands minimally how law functions in your country, because otherwise it may be difficult for the lawyer to explain things in terms that you're gonna understand. Different countries may have different legal systems and different rules, and if the lawyer that you're hiring has no clue about how things work in different countries, it's going to be very difficult for the attorney to understand your questions and to explain things in terms that are going to make sense to you. So particularly for clients from the United States, we've been able to communicate properly because, again, we have licenses here at the team for different states in the United States, and therefore we are able to convey things in a way that U.S. citizens would understand clearly. So depending on the country in which you are coming from, you may want to hire an attorney or law firm with licenses in the country in which you reside, in which you were based. You may hire an attorney that is experienced in the terms and law in the country in which you are currently based. I hope this video was helpful. Follow us for more tips, and don't forget to download our ebook, The 7 Things You Must Know When Handling Disputes in Brazil. See you in our next video.